Hi there, grade 9. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Hasmin Sarip Casan, your teacher in English.
Today, I will be presenting to you a lesson in Quarter 1, Week 2 with the most essential learning competency of expressing permission, obligation, and prohibition using modals. With the specific objectives of: first, use appropriate modals in different situations. Second, express permission, obligation, and prohibition using appropriate modals. And tell the importance of using modals properly. Now, before we begin with our lesson, I want you to prepare the following: self-learning module, paper, and pen. Okay, now that you're all set, you are all ready, sit back and relax as we explore the world of modal verbs. Okay, now let me ask you, are you familiar with these words? Really? You often use them? When? Very good. You use them to express permission, obligation, and prohibition. Now they are called what? That's great. They are called modal verbs.
What are modal verbs? Again, modal verbs are auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. They cannot also stand alone as a main verb. They are used to indicate modality such as permission, obligation, and prohibition. Now, to explore more what are these verbs, I will give you 2 C's, 3 M's, 2 W's, and 2 S.
Before we proceed, I want you to answer this activity. This activity is called "What are they?" So I will be providing you 3 sentences and I want you to identify what each sentence expresses. Number 1 sentence is, "You may go now." Second sentence, "You must study your lesson." Third sentence, "You cannot sit here." Okay, now, can you identify those 3 sentences? Let us start with the first sentence. "You may go now." This sentence expresses what? Very good. It expresses permission. Very good. Let's proceed to the second sentence. "You must study your lesson." It expresses what? An obligation. Very good. Now, what about the last sentence? "You cannot sit here." Meaning, it expresses prohibition. Very good. Great job, grade 9.
Let us first define what is a permission. A permission is a consent or agreement given to a request. It is usually expressed by using modals of permission. Now, what are those modals of permission? We have can, could, and may. Can, it is the less formal of the modal verbs used to ask or give permission. We have an example in a sentence. First, using can I give you a hug? Can I sing a song? Could is less formal. Example, could you please show me your answer? And I will proceed to the modal verb may. May is the most formal modal verb used to ask or give permission. Examples, may I go out? May I have your attention please? It is also used when you are talking to your teacher or to someone in authority. Now let's talk about obligation. Obligation is a sense of duty demanded by conscience, custom, or gratitude. For example, must and have to. Must expresses strong obligation, possibly based on speaker's opinion. For example, I must do my homework on time. Have to expresses strong obligation, possibly from outside. For example, students have to attend classes regularly. Prohibition is an act of restraining or stopping an action by an authority. Modals used here are the same in modals of permission or obligation, but with the word not. For example, you can't go into that mall without a mask. They must not use cell phones inside the class. Okay, can you identify now those modal verbs to be used in expressing permission, obligation, and prohibition? Very good. Now let's proceed to our activity number 2. The instruction is you are going to give the modal to be used in expressing permission, obligation, and prohibition. Possible answers under the permission, we have can, could, and may. Now for the obligation, we have two modals, must and have to. For the prohibition, we have can't, mustn't, don't have to. So they are the modal verbs to be used in expressing permission, obligation, and prohibition. Congratulations! You've got the correct answers. Now, do you want more activities? Very good. So I'll give you another activity, which is activity number 3, called word of change. Now we have the directions. Our directions are, you are going to replace the underlined phrases with the appropriate modal verb. Now, we have an example. I'll read you the sentence. I am not permitted to say anything about it. So the answer is, I mustn't say anything about it. So replace the underlined phrase not permitted to must not or mustn't. Alright, now, can you express permission, obligation, and prohibition using modals? That's great. Okay, grade 9. This is me again, teacher Hasmin Sarip Casan, saying good luck and be safe everyone.